And we are live. Welcome back to the channel People with Chosen Wisdom Football, a channel for the football purists, the critical thinkers, the deep thinkers, the people who like sometimes to think about football a bit too much. It is your time, people. It is your Wednesday show. So it is the Man United news show. Man United news and talking points, rumours, all of these things. We're going to get in. We're going to get involved today, guys. There is a lot for us to talk about, as there usually is, people. First and foremost, big up the chat already. My guy Acho in the building. Apologies for missing Monday. Don't miss a show again, Acho, or else. No, I'm joking, bro. Big up Acho in the building, people. It's a big up Berbatov, but I don't know why he's not offering the same advice he has been, as he has been to Berbatov with Xerxes, essentially what Acho is saying. Big up Acho. We're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it. Big up Luke as well in the building. Turkish as well. Luke is like, I will be watching Kettering Town for a while next season. How comes, Luke? What do you mean? Is that in response to what Sir Jim Radcliffe is doing with the stadium? Is that what you're, or is that why you're saying that? Maybe I've misunderstood what you're saying, Luke. But let me know, Luke. Let me know. Well, go on, Luke. Big up yourself, Luke. Let me know. Let me know, bro. So yeah, today, man, on today's show, guys, as you can see, Manchester United will travel to Dublin for an intensive training camp. Listen, I don't know why or anything like that, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. Why Dublin? What? Huh? So guys, we'll read about it and we'll get into it. Carrick has two apparently close rivals for the Manchester United job, people. Two. And these are these two people. And listen, I don't mind these names. If it is true, people, these names, this is the caliber we need to be going for. The two rivals, apparently, for Michael Carrick's job are Luis Enrique and Nagelsmann. Listen, guys, I'm good. Luis Enrique, come here. I'll listen. Get me on the phone to him. I'll broker the deal. He can stay. I'll sleep on the floor for a couple of nights. He can stay at mine. Listen. Get me Luis Enrique. So I don't mind. So we'll get involved. We'll talk about it, guys. We'll talk about it as we usually do. Also, there's news that Casemiro has agreed a contract change because, you know, there was a clause in Casemiro's contract that said if he played a certain amount of games, that Man United would have to extend it. Apparently, there has been a change in the contract, so that clause has been taken out. Apparently, we'll talk about it. We'll get into the story as well, guys. Also, there's news that if Barcelona do not buy back or buy Marcus Rashford, should I say, that he would just come back to Manchester United and he will play under Michael Carrick in the first team. Because what problems does Michael Carrick have with Rashford? That's an interesting conversation. People are talking about it. It is the news, so we can also talk about it as well, guys. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff, you know, for us to just have a little chat about, bro. That's it. Then we have the Berbatov situation. Berbatov speaks on Sesko. Talks about how he brings on a goal-scoring threat. Talks about how he scared teams. He just speaks positively about Sesko, which is good. It's all good. I know, Acho, you've spoken about it or you've mentioned it yourself in the chat. So when we get to it, we'll see what he's really saying and why he's really saying it. You know, and you guys will give your opinions. I'm pretty sure you guys will have your thoughts about it. So yeah, guys, we'll get into it. Also, I saw somewhere, people, that it's, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Adam Wharton, in terms of transfers, is Adam Wharton the most feasible, the most apparently realistic target for our midfield? Is that the most easily attainable now? According to a source, it might be, guys. We've spoken about Adam. We've spoken about man Adam. So we can talk about Adam. I've said what I've said about Adam. Out of the ones we've been linked to, I like Adam is the most like Michael Carrick in the way he plays football. So it kind of, if we get Wharton, I hope in my mind, I'm projecting, because I don't know, it's my projection that Carrick might have something to say. He might say, listen, we need a Rodri sort of type. I'm not saying Adam Wharton's as good as Rodri, guys. Don't shoot me down. But we need that Rodri type. We need a Michael Carrick type. Okay. And at the present, we don't really have that. So we'll talk about Adam Wharton. We also have pictures of Ayden Heaven training with the England first team. He's down, I think he's playing for the under 20s or under 21s. But he was training with the England first team. And we will end on this news, guys. This is very, very interesting. And let me know what you think about this, people. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has essentially booted out 1,100 long-term ticket holders out of the stand, out of the Bobby Charlton stand, because he's building that luxury hospitality section where he's going to charge like £1 million for Gordon Ramsay food and steak while you're watching football. What the hell is he turning? He's turning this into. Listen, all right, we'll get into it. Let me know, because I'm about to go off. So we'll get into it. There's enough here, guys, for us to have a good chat today. Yeah, there's enough. What would I call it? Enough bullock-a-doo-doo. I like the word bullock-a-doo-doo. But also some good stuff, some nice stuff, some true stuff. So yeah, let's get involved. Let's get into it. Smash the like, people. Turn on your notifications. Subscribe if you are new. Big up T Kissels in the building. T Kissels in the building, children. Big up Eddie, man that blacks. Listen in today, my 2-hour drive home. Oh, ouch. But you know, it's gonna be worth it, TK. It's gonna be worth it, man. What's Eddie saying? What's Eddie saying to me? Is there a price drop in Beleba? Eddie, I think you want there to be. Do you think there should be, Eddie? Talk on a real Eds, because I think there should be. I think there should be, bro. Bro, Eddie, the last game where Brighton won, I'm pretty sure we all saw Beleba come on for the last 10 minutes or something. Like, is either returning back from injury and therefore not being starting, or what the hell, bro? Why can't you get into Brighton's? What is? Anyway, that's not the topic, but good question, Eddie. I don't think Rashford would be happy about that. Does Rashford want to come back to Manchester United, guys? Does he really? The passing, yeah. Go get me Adam Wharton. Me and Acho got similar thinking, man. Out of all the midfielders, and I like Anderson and all these blebbers and stuff, but there's something about Adam Wharton that I like, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like guys who just calm with it. Adam is just cool with it. Give me the ball. He's a bit Kobe-ish, but he's just, I don't know. He's Michael Carricky. He's Michael Carricky. That's the best way of describing him. Well, Anderson's more Owen Hargreaves. You know, Anderson's more Owen Hargreaves. Bro, don't get it twisted. Owen Hargreaves was a baller. I haven't even started the show. Let me focus. Yeah? Let me focus. What are we starting on, people? What are we starting on? Yeah, okay, cool. I have nothing to say about that, apart from the fact that, man, if it's cold, why don't we go somewhere warm, bro? That's like, I know that, oh, well, yeah. I mean, I think we normally go to Dubai, or we have been to Dubai in the past. So, yeah, I guess why we will not be going there this time. But, and also, I'm pretty sure then we speak about a fundraising match in that part of the world as well. Yeah, I somehow, I just don't think that will happen. But I don't know. Sometimes football's more important, and the people want to see their football. So die, I guess. I don't know. That's how it is sometimes. When it comes to COVID, we're like, listen, just let them play. We'll stay inside our house and be protected. Listen, but these footballers, now listen, I got to see my football. So die. Nah, I'm joking. But we're getting Dublin. We're getting Dublin for an intensive training camp. Cool, great. Like the way I see it is, listen, under Amorim, I feared training. Under Amorim, I feared it. The longer Amorim had us for training, the worse we got. When I'm told that there's international duty under RUBEN Amorim and we got 2 weeks to train, I was like, oh my lord, we're gonna have more. We're gonna be worse, bro. That's what happens. That's what happens to us. So I'm exaggerating. So let's see. Let's see. We've had time off before. Literally, that's only a couple of weeks ago. We had a 2-week break. So this is a long break, guys. This is a long break. It's almost 3 weeks, right? Yeah, that's a long break. So yeah, I hope it goes well. No one gets injured, and that's all I got to say about it. We can move on. Move on. Ayden Heaven should play for Ghana. What's he playing at? Bro, I don't. You know what? I can't say I don't get these people because at the same time, from my perspective, I was born in Jamaica. So my ties to Jamaica are a lot tighter, a lot closer. I'm not even first generation. I am born there. So me playing for Jamaica is an easy choice. However, I will say this: when I was younger, I was young. I wasn't as aware. So if you ask me at 14, 15, I might say I play for England. But now I'll be like, I love this country. But yeah, I play for Jamaica, bro. But Michael Carrick, two main rivals now, guys. Let's think about this. Like Luis Enrique, can we all admit, because we need to have some sort of like baseline understanding. Luis Enrique is or is the, or if not one of the best managers in the world. I think we can all admit that. If he's not the best, he's, can we say he's top 3? Surely. And can we also say that it is probable that it is probable that he will not be joining Manchester United. I don't see Manchester United under Luis Enrique. I think also for many reasons. I don't see why he would join this club right now. He's doing fine where he is, but Luis Enrique is gonna want Luis Enrique players, bro. Which is another thing. It's good to think. It's good to imagine. It's good to, dream. Yeah. But guys, this is just me. Let me see. Like, I can play for you guys. Listen, I would. Listen, I'll play football, man. I want to play football again. I'm just too old, man. I'm happy for there to be a training camp. We seem to see a lack of intensity and energy when the players have a week off. So keeping the footy up is important in my opinion. I don't know if I've even noticed that, actual. But so big up if you've noticed that, if you can see the parallels, bro. Big up. So that's Luis Enrique. The girlsman, listen, I just feel like, all in all, would I take these two? Yes. Do I think we're going to get either one? I don't think so. But, who knows? Throw enough money at them. Who knows? Who knows? However, if someone also said, based on what I've seen so far, if someone also said, you know what? We're going to continue with Carrick, I will be content. I would be content. I'll be like, okay, Cool. Let's see how this goes. There's a growing feeling inside the club that Carrick has outperformed other Premier League contenders, including Oliver Glasner, Silva, Emre, and Thomas Frank. I mean, this is where we have to be careful and also remind ourselves that people are working with different tools, and outperforming people who have less tools than you also needs to be understood. But you still have to perform, right? You still have to perform, and that's also true. Are we saying also that in terms of the Premier League managers, we're not looking in the Premier League, because if we're going to look in the Premier League, we might as well keep Carrick, because we're positioning him already above these managers. You can also read it as that, right? I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'll take. Like I said, I've said what I said about Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique is the guy. For me, Enrique only, as him out of the two has done it in different leagues, says Atro. So I feel he will be able to adapt better. Yep, but he's played the same kind of football. So I will still worry about his adaptability, because I don't know if he can play that football, and I don't know if Manchester United Football Club, we're not Chelsea. Chelsea can spend £1 billion in 12 months, and we're not Man City. I don't know if we can get the players that he needs to play his football. That's my asterisk. But yeah, Luis Enrique for me, 100%. Luis Enrique has to be number one. Osman in the building, people. Big up Osman in the building. Finishing third will give you a great basis for recruitment this summer, both players and managers. For sure, for sure. Aussie. We will finish third, I think. I think we will. Big up the chat, though. Big up the chat. If I'm being real, says Atro, the prospects of Glasner, Iraola were good. But what I have seen of them this season, rigidness from Iraola, Glasner doing an Amorim, not here for nonsense. Yeah, I mean, our sample size has grown, bro. Our sample size has grown. We've basically stress tested it. You know, sometimes you need a stress test. Cool. I've seen you when the sun is shining, but let me see you under thunderstorms and rain. Let me see how cool, calm, and collected you are. Let me see. You know, and some people are like, cool. When the sun is shining, they're good, but when it's raining, there's holes in their umbrella. The holy umbrella. Anyway, Casemiro, guys. Casemiro will be able to start every remaining Premier League fixture for United. Full stop. imagine your Ugarte. Like, do you know what's funny about that? Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Let's read on. Player and club agreed to waive a clause that would have seen him earn 1 year extension if he started 35 games this season, which he is on course to do. All right, cool. I get it. You know, listen, Casemiro has had a great season. Great season. I think it's his highest goal scoring season ever. I'm sure it might be his highest goal scoring season as a professional footballer. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I thought I heard that somewhere. But it's 7 goals. 7 goals. Pfft. Bro, listen, a menace in the air. This guy, I love Casemiro. I love this guy. And yeah, he should start every game. We've got our midfield now. I will be very happy. Listen, I'm happy with him, but I'll also be happy when he leaves, because I know it's also time to go in a different direction and get someone who, you know, is a bit more mobile, because Casemiro's lack of mobility is now, you know, it's still a problem. Like I said, when he plays close to someone, he is fine, but don't ask him to run 40, 50 yards either way, up and down the pitch. Don't ask him to do that. He's not going to do that. When we play in a compact, you know, compact way, he's absolutely fine. But don't put him in a don't put him in a single pivot, should I say, by himself. Just know how to play, just like any other footballer, to be fair. Just know how to play them, know how to use them. So big up Casemiro. This whole contract thing, yeah, I get it, cool. Because we know we are going to play him probably more than 35 games, which means technically we should or could trigger whatever it is, if it's an obligation, I'm not sure, the contract extension, but they've just had an agreement that we're not going to do that. We're not going to, you know, extend it. You've agreed to leave. We've agreed for you to leave. You're departing. There's already been agreement. There's no sort of like change your mind, sneaky little 1 year on 1 year left on 320. I changed my mind. No. Just chill. So that's all that is. Actually say when it rains, it pours, and those guys drowned, man. They're drowning. Is that true? Has Casemiro scored more goals than Saka? I'm going to say this about Saka, and I'm not even hating on Saka. I've always said I like Saka, but Arsenal fans talk about this guy like he's one of the best. I just feel like Saka's a good footballer, good, honest young man, and he's good. But I hope over the last season or two, whether they're going to say it's fatigue or whatever it is, people are going to see that Saka's not. Saka's good, but you guys talk him into conversations I don't think he should be in. You know, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Let's move on, people. Big up Dara. How you doing, How you doing, Dara, man? How you doing, man? As you can see, Dara, Atro's. I mean, if that's facts, Atro. If that is facts, Atro, that's crazy, bro. Casemiro scored more goals than Saka. Any excuse for me to to diss Saka, you know? No, I'm not. I'm not a Saka hater. I'm not. He's a good youth, man. Saka. You know when he's like, you can't dislike Saka as a human because he just comes across as like a good youth. Like he's just a good young man. But I just feel like Arsenal fans overhype him a little bit. That's all. There you go. I don't know if this is fear mongering or not, because as the season started, we had already Barcelona not impressed with Rashford. Then when Rashford started scoring goals, it's like the Barcelona fans love Rashford, and it's like then Barcelona are not going to trigger the clause or something, and then Barcelona are going to. So like I feel like throughout the season we've just been hearing from the media mixed messages about whether Barcelona will trigger the buy option for Marcus Rashford. I have tried to pay attention to what's been going on. I've watched Barcelona games in the Champions League. I've watched a few games. All in all, I just feel like Rashford has been Rashford. In and out of games, because he's not someone who can, be constantly in the game. Will make a mistake or two, but has the ability to pull something out the hat every now and again. Lost a bit of pace, but still has the pace to beat a man one-on-one. Very good shot power. Still not good one-on-one. Decent at heading now. So he still has his good points. Very quick. Well, I said that already. He's quick. Has lost a bit of pace. But he still runs with his head down. I mean, a season at Barcelona is not going to change these things. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is my opinion. I know sources say it's likely that he would be allowed to rejoin the first team now that Ruben Amorim is no longer at the club. But are we saying it was Ruben Amorim's choice to sell certain players and not the club? Is that also what we're saying in this tweet by Rob Dawson, ESPN? Because I thought the club decides. Of course, the manager has input. But now that Ruben Amorim is gone, cool. Yes, I did say some players were pushed out of the club due to the fact that we don't play with wingers anymore. Due to the fact we don't play with wingers. We all, Garnacho, Rashford and Sancho were 3 wingers and we wanted 10s. And now we're playing with wingers again. Could he come back? Personally, like I said, I don't want him back. Listen, I'm not happy with everything Ineos have done, and we're going to talk about Jim later on, guys. But I just feel like when something is fresh, when there's a fresh start, and this is not the freshest start, because I do believe in the season, maybe next, Bruno needs to go, and that would be the fresh Man United. Maguire as well, and Shaw, and that will be, we just need a fresh United in the next 2 years. But I don't think going back to Marcus Rashford, bringing him back to the football club brings us forward. I don't think he's better than Cunha. I would still play Cunha at left wing, even if we had Rashford. And there's everything around Rashford, and it's not always his fault. Most of it's not his fault. We know how the media circus works. But I just feel like it's best for Barcelona to pay up the money, because I feel like this is Barcelona trying to say, what all of a sudden, do you think, guys, they're also they might be doing this to try to lower some sort of fee or something? And why is it been put out there that he will likely rejoin the first team squad? Another question I want to ask the chat is, why does this tweet exist? What's the benefit? What are they trying to do? Get us ready for maybe that eventuality? Is there some sort of changing? Do they want to lower the fee? I don't know. Me no know, man. Osman said, Saka's had a poor season, struggling after 2 hamstring injuries last year. Do you know what, Osman? I think I think Saka is going to be done by Rashford. Rashford's done. Kind of. By 26, 27, Rooney was starting to fade. And Saka started at what, 17? And he plays every game, like 50 plus games for Arsenal. He started at left back, full back under Emery. I think, Emery that moved him up to wing. He plays every game. He's never injured, bro. By the time he's 26, his back's going to be mash up. Listen, he's not even there, and look at him. He's not even there, and look at him already, bro. That's what I think, anyway. Big up Osman, bro. Big up Oz. Atro says Barker are sending him. Don't say that, Atro. I hope. Listen, if he comes back, he comes back, and I hope he puts his head down. And listen, if he doesn't work hard and listen, every man's fighting for their spot in this team. So if he does come back, it's not going to be walk straight into the team. Like, Carrick is not on that. So yeah, Acho said he's been overplayed and overworked. That's what I said. I feel like Saka had like a couple of games off. Just chill on the bench. Like, just chill out, Saka. Keep Rashford away, says Dara. Hell have won. Yeah. and then he'll stink up the place for the next 10. Yeah, yeah. I'm with everybody. I'm with most people. You can't bring Rashford back. Teams been through pain to clear out the malcontents. Bringing him back is counterproductive. That's not a knock on Rashford quality or his character, but just time to move on. Simple. I agree. I think the chat is in unison with this one. We are in unison. Let's go, Rashford. All right, then let's move on. Move on. Okay, Atro. Let me read it. Let's read this in its full, so we understand also a little bit of the context. He has all. This is Berbatov speaking now, guys, about Benjamin Sesko. He has all the qualities right now. Everything in this moment is working well with him. I hope it continues in this way. I think right now things are getting good for him and working slowly for him. But I prefer it like this, slowly but surely. Get the confidence, the goals, which are both connected. When you get the goals, you get the confidence. He's finding his position in the team. Even if he's on the bench, the sign of him coming onto the pitch now brings a threat and a fear factor in the opposition, and he's bringing goals, says Berbatov. It's very good seeing him getting off the bench, sometimes scoring goals, so on and so forth. Doesn't care what type of goals he scores as long as the ball hits the net. Until you bring that confidence in, you know, when you step on the pitch, the goals are guaranteed. Cool. He's kind of saying the same thing over and over again towards the end, but he was asked about Benjamin Sesko, and that's the answer he gave. Benjamin Sesko will be fine at Manchester United. Will he ever look like a £75 million player? I don't know. Maybe. He's 23. He's young. He can improve. But there are certain things that, for me, fundamentally, that he might not improve on. His footwork can sometimes be sloppy. I know some people say for a tall man, he's got good footwork. But then I'm like, does he though? Because Berbatov was like 6'2", 6'3". And Berbatov, the ball was just like, he stuck to his feet and he was silky. And he was a giant. Ibrahimovic, the ball just sticks to his feet like glue. But with our guy Sesko, he's better than Højlund in terms of his first touch, for sure. But he's not as good as Xerxes. And Xerxes is good, but Xerxes is not amazing. Xerxes is just very good. But he's not even as good as Xerxes in terms of his touch, in terms of his close control. That part of Sesko's game, I can't see him improving that much. Because that's just a footballing fundamental. However, that's just one flaw. I'm going to start on the flaw and say, but everything else, I believe he has the modern day. And I want to clarify modern day, because back in the day, you had Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, you had small strikers, you had whatever. But he has the modern day physical attributes to absolutely dominate this league. He's not slow, bro. This guy he's got pace. Once he gets going, once those legs start expanding, you know, his legs don't expand, he doesn't grow, extend. He's gone. His height, I keep saying, everyone talks about his height. It's gonna be something that we overly talk about. So let's get used to it, guys. But his leap, it's crazy. You should be winning bro. You don't even need to get your crosses perfect, bro. Just get it. Listen, you can have this variance, yeah, in the height of your cross, and he'll still get it. He'll jump higher than everyone. Every time you cross the ball in Dallo, just put an extra meter on the cross. Yeah, it's okay. Just get it accurately in the vicinity. That's all you got to do. No, I'm joking. But you get the point. I feel like if he continues to improve, he can be a nightmare. Like I said, my question though, as much as it is anything else, do you think he will ever be like a 75 million? Because right now, if you ask me, if Xerxes 30 million pounds, this guy's not 75 million pounds. He's not double. He's not worth double Xerxes. He's not worth double Xerxes. That's jokes. But you know what I mean. He's not. He ain't. He ain't. So, but he can be. And to be honest, you could argue Xerxes not worth 30, not worth 32. He's probably worth more. Anyway, I like Sesko. But then I know Atro spoke earlier, and Atro, you're talking about why is he speaking about Sesko and not, speaking up of Xerxes. And I'm like, maybe he has spoken up about Xerxes before. Maybe he has, and the media didn't report on it. You know them ones. Or maybe he was just asked a question. I don't know. I'm gonna give Berb the benefit. The benefit. Barca are brokies. They don't want to cough up the coin. You think it's that actual as well? They just want to lower the asking price for Rashford. I hear that, man. I see that. I see that. Oh, what's Dara saying? Keep Rashford away. Yeah, no, yeah. I read that out. We know what's up. Rashford ain't about to do a U-turn, especially at this point in time. Rashford is checked out. He ain't doing the hard yards. Yeah. Rashford is, I'm standing at the halfway line and just pass me the ball. And I'm going to try to beat my man. If I can't, I'll just pass it back to you. And that's it. I'm not going to track back. He wants to just attack. And he needs to play for a team, Rashford, that has most of the ball. Has most of the ball. Like Barcelona. So he's not running back and doing what Ahmad does. What Ahmad is doing right now, yeah. Are you dumb? If you think Rashford is doing that shit that Ahmad is doing right now, or that even Cunha's doing, Cunha's all slide tackling, bro. When's the last time you saw Rashford slide tackle in his final third and pump the air after slide tackling? Like Dorgu, he's not doing what Dorgu's doing. So Atro is right. Man ain't built for it no more. Man's got his ears pierced, his diamonds around his thing. He's got his brands. He's not doing that shit. Man, why am I running? What am I slide tackling for? Get him a white shorts muddy. No, man. Yeah, man. I don't know about Sesko's and fear factor, says Atro. That one is a bit of an over exaggeration. But I hear some of the rest of what Berber said. I hear you. But Atro, I'm gonna say you this. Fear factor, no. Not a fear factor in the way maybe he plays. Like he doesn't play anything, like not yet. And we're hoping he does, like in a special way. But there's fear factor in the sense that if you're coming off the bench 3 games in a row and you're just scoring goals and you've scored 6 goals or whatever, or 4 goals in 3 games, and you're 6'5", there might listen. If you keep doing that shit, you're gonna develop a reputation, and there will be oh my yeah, Sesko's coming on, man. Let's fix up. But I agree that for me, it's not yet. But we'll see. We'll see. The fear in their eyes. I would say due to technicality, I see. No, Sesko won't hit 75 M's worth, in my opinion. Maybe like 50 M's at best, or 55 M's. Technicality. Yeah. But then again, you can say based on, the price of players in the Premier League, he might be. But I can definitely say that Benjamin Sesko was not worth £75 million. And let's say he scored 7 goals this year, the same amount of goals that Anthony scored in his first season. And Anthony we bought for £85 million. What does that mean? Is that a false equivalence? What did that mean, guys? What does that mean? And what does this mean? What does this mean, people? Andy Mitten. He was told You know when someone tweets something like this, it's I was told. Okay, by who? By your neighbor, by your friend. What do you mean I was told? Very, very interesting. Random, but interesting. Andy Mitten says, I was told that Adam Wharton is a more realistic option. His agent is in Manchester. What do you mean? And Wharton is from the Lancashire area. Oh, so simply put, let me know if my understanding of this is wrong. What I'm reading, Andy Mitten is saying that he's more realistic because his agent is in Manchester, which implies he lives. Because when someone is in somewhere, it doesn't indicate whether it's temporary, short term. Not. I am in. Where are you? I am in Lancashire. But live? Are you there shopping? I mean, so I assume his agent is in Manchester. He lives there, which means he's local, and that matters. I Why? So you can go to his house. It's just quicker drive to his house. But you can. There's Zoom. There's other. I don't know why that matters, but they're also saying that Adam Wharton is also from the Lancashire area, so he's around. He lives up there. Cool. That's more realistic in terms of you pushing a narrative that it's easier or more realistic, yeah, to buy this guy. But where his agent is, what the hell, man? I don't care what his agent is. Maybe it matters. I don't know. But all that is irrelevant anyway. That's just me thinking out loud. What I'm saying also is this. If this is true, are we going to see Adam Wharton and Baleba? Or I need to start asking questions and finding out what's happening with Baleba. Because does it mean we are going to pivot from Baleba? Or is this us saying, listen, Anderson will go to City. Anderson will go to City. Yeah. And Wharton and Baleba will go to United. That's it. We'll get two. Ugarte will probably still leave and we'll still only get two. We'll need a defender. So I think we will go into the market for a defender this summer. Remember when I told you these things and they come true. I'm now more than ever. I think United are really pushing to get a defender this summer. If a left winger is available, I think also United are looking. These are the 4 positions that I know United are looking for this summer. The two midfielders, defender, winger. Let's see what happens. But bring on Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton is he can pass with both feet. You know how back in the day when a lot of footballers used to pass with both feet, and it was just like look, Michael Carrick passed with both feet. This guy can pass with both feet. And Adam Wharton, it's not just long. Like when I see Adam Wharton do his long passing, I'm like, yeah, Adam, chill, Adam, chill. But he can do a little short. He does a short passing game, the little one touch. Adam is nice with it. Always checking his shoulders, mirrors. He's got nice vision. I like him when he's at the base. When he comes forward, he's got a way. He's got a glide about him. I think Anderson is more tenacious. Don't get a twist. I think Anderson is more tenacious. Wharton is more Carrick-like. Carrick has tenacity, but Carrick doesn't always engage. Carrick screens. He screens a lot. That's what I see Adam Wharton as. Adam Wharton, he does engage. He can engage. But Adam Wharton is not 5'2". Look at this guy. Look at him. He's big. He's tall. I like how Adam Wharton plays football. And he makes some of the nicest passes look simple. He's got a lot to improve. He's another young player that's not finished. He's not finished. But if he continues to listen, and if Palace try to charge us 90 million or something, we'll just slap them in the heads and say, take a 60. Take a quick 60 and shut your mouth. That's what we'll say to them. Listen, let's just quickly, I need to see where Palace are. Bring up the league. Because if Palace go down, people, you slap them in their heads, tell them to take a quick 50 M's, 60 M's, and keep it moving. Then we get Beleba for about 60 M's. That's 120. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. Where's Palace? Oh, you pricks. Well, how many points? 39. Oh, they might be safe, you know. Palace might be safe, guys. The little pricks. Wolves 17. My, look at Wolves. In Wolves 17 points. My gosh. Jesus, son of Lazarus. Crazy. But Palace, yeah, okay, cool. My wish ain't gonna happen. But it is what it is. Acho says, no, I think Beleba is wrapped up. We just getting Wharton because he's a baller, says Acho. Baller. Baller. The reason why, yeah, and you guys know I'm not even chatting shit right now, because I've always said, out of all the midfielders, I would take Adam Wharton. It's been a long time since we had somebody that I can feel, because Kobe, listen, I like Kobe Manu. Let me start by saying I like Kobe Manu, yeah. But Kobe Manu is not springing a 40-yard pass. Like, you know how, listen, I'm not saying Adam Wharton can do what Pogba can do either. But you know them runs you can make and someone finds you with that mad 40-yard diagonal. Kobe's not doing that. He's just not. Kobe is a nice Tom Cleverley. And that's no dig, was Tom Cleverley, he could play ball. Kobe's a very nice Tom Cleverley. Tom Cleverley had a good intricate game and all these things. Tom Cleverley's not giving you 50-yard through balls with top spin and like so you can just chest it down and volley. He's not doing that. Adam Wharton could do that. And he's got a short game. Having somebody who can play, who's got the ability to almost find, I'm not saying his vision, yeah. I'm not saying his vision is the best, yeah. But having someone that can almost play any pass like a Pogba at the base of our midfield, because both of our double pivots have limitations. Kobe has limitations in his passing, and so does Cass. Adam, I don't think he has too many. He'll find you if you can. If he's got the vision, the only thing he might not have at the moment is the supreme vision. But he's definitely got the accuracy and the ability to find you. And that's what I'm saying. We haven't had that for a while at this football club. De Jong could have been that for us. Frankie De Jong. But it is what it is. Anyway, Acho says he can do it all. Have been watching Palace for the last couple of weeks. Long, there you go. Long, short, disguised, medium, one touch, two touch. He's too good. Yeah, Acho. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it for a while. When other people started talking about Wharton, I was like, oh, what is it? Let me look at Wharton. Let me watch this guy. And I watched him a few times. I was like, okay. Then I watched him again. I was like, do you know what? How old is this guy again? How old is he? Okay. He's very... I like the way... I don't feel like he panics, bro. You know, Paul Scholes never used... Like, this was always chilled, and Carrick was always... These guys are psychopaths as well. They're not psychopaths. But you know how Carrick and Scholes are just... They're deadpan. Like, Scholes is like, no. And Carrick is like, no. Their personalities are like how they play. They just... And they play with this composure. Just utter extreme composure. And that's how they are. They're just... Yeah, Michael Carrick's press conference, like, all the boys, no. And Scholes in his interviews like, Yeah, no. And they just play football like that. Then there's Roy Keane, who still, right now, he's an old man, but he still acts like he's got a screw loose. And that's how he played football. So, Kobe Mainu is an introvert. Kobe Mainu is very much like Carrick. Very much like those guys. Kobe Mainu is deadpan as... No. And guess how he plays football? Just chilled. If you want to try to tackle me, I'm going to drop a shoulder. In my penalty box, I'll drop a shoulder. Very chilled, very cool, very calm and collected. That's how he plays football. So, Adam Morton's the same. I think Adam Morton is similar. Just players who don't panic, bro. Like Ugarte is in a panic on it. Give the ball away, kick it. Bruno panics as well. Bruno's always hoofing the ball away, like, and giving the ball away when he's under. No, don't panic, my motherfucker. Don't do it. I chose 22. Adam Morton's 22. Palace aren't good at selling. Look at Gahey in Jan. I think we can do Wharton for... I think so. I think we can do Wharton for 60 M's, bro. That Palace... Listen, we forget that Palace, even though Brighton are cheeky, but the Palace owner, he's happy, bro, to take couple like 60 M's. He'll be chilled. I think he'll be chilled. The whole 110 million for Wharton thing, I don't know, guys. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of that. That doesn't scare me. I don't think that will happen. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Big up the chat. Big up Acho, my guy. Big up Dara. Dara says, Wharton is a type of player I call cherry on the kale. Or cherry on the cake, I think you meant there. Dara. You get him when you have the guy that will go in the mud. Get the ball and Wharton will recycle. He can tackle though. Oh, that's interesting. I see it the other way around. I think you need the guy who can play football before you need the pit bull. I think the guy, he's the base. And I think that guy that you're talking about, he's more like the cherry. But I feel like it's interesting that we both think the opposite way like that. You know? But that's good. That's good. But I understand your thinking though, Dara. I understand your thinking. So you're saying get your Beleba. Get your... I think Anderson could work. I think Anderson and Wharton could work. Guys. I think it can. With Bruno, bro, I think United are always... It's always going to be an issue because we're always going to have to play through Bruno. So whatever we do, whoever we buy is going to have to... We have to consider how Bruno's going to fit into all of that. I've just thought about it after. Oh yeah, Bruno. Whatever two we buy, they have to work with Bruno, and Bruno's going to vacate the midfield and leave those two. Just we might play with just two guys in a double pivot, and they both do the same role. They both go forward when they can, and they both defend. In that sense, what Beleba and Anderson, or in fact, all three can do it. All three can do that job to different degrees, and they possess different qualities. So I guess it depends how you want to play. There are bare action Jacksons out there. There aren't many Whartons. Yeah. There are a lot of people now who can just run and tackle and stuff nowadays in football because football's so athletic now. Like we could get... There's not a lot of Adam Whartons. The Beleba type, the Anderson type, the Bruno Guimaraes type. I guess there's more of those than there are Adam Whartons. 4-3-3. Oh, so you're saying... I think Atro 4-3-3, I reckon, is a formation that we should play. But I think Bruno just complicates things because let's hope he can. Because in my head, Ooh, what am I doing actually? Have I thought this through? If I had Baleba, Anderson, and Wharton, I'm playing I'm playing Wharton as a base. I don't care. I'm playing Wharton as the base, and I'm playing Baleba and Anderson as the 2/8s that bomb up and down the pitch. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Let's not play with a 10. Why? Also, there's news that Anderson is our first choice as well. So, everyone's going to be saying this one's more likely. Anderson's our first choice, but Bleber's this and all these things. But I think, it's only me thinking, I think Anderson is going to City. That's why we don't hear much about Anderson. I think from a Man United perspective, we would love Anderson. We would love him. But I believe that Manchester United don't think they can get him. So they're not, don't forget the policy is we're not going to heavily talk about a player or link ourselves with a player if we don't believe we can get him. So we tap players up very quickly, and we only do what we're doing if the player says, yes, I want to come. So when you start hearing some serious stuff about a player, it usually means, yeah, we've done the work. We've done the work. We'll see. We will see. If we get those guys, as you said, plus, oh yeah, bro, why am I not thinking of Kobe, bro? That's silly. That's silly, man. Why am I not thinking of Kobe? That's dumb. Because Kobe, of course he can, bro. I'm not even, bro. If we get just 2 of those guys, anyway, we only need 2, and we got Kobe here. We got Bruno for another season. But we do need, back to what Dara is saying, I want a Wharton type first, but I think Arsenal could win the league largely because of sort of the Declan Rice bombing back and forward, up and down the pitch, and I want Baleba to be that for us. But I don't know what Baleba's doing this season, bro. I'm gonna punch him up, bro. I'm like, Baleba, what are you doing, bro? Baleba, yeah, the Baleba thing, guys. It's because don't forget, guys. I'm that one that's like form is temporary, class is permanent, all that stupid phrase, and Bleber's just having a bad season because he's not focused on all these things. But even me, bro, Bleber's biggest fan, even I'm like, Bleber, are you actually okay, bro? I've been fighting your corner. I'm saying, bro, I've seen you for the majority of the time I've seen you, you balled out. So I can't do, listen, for the 100% of the time I've seen you, 9% you balled out and 10% you've been crap. So I'm not going to look at that 10%. Sample size is sample size. But as the sample size is now getting larger, bro, that 10% that you've been crap is now getting larger in itself. So, Baleba, bro, like I said, I fought your corner, bro. So I beg you. I still hope. I've watched Baleba enough in his first 2 seasons at Brighton. Yeah. To be like, yeah. Not for 100 million, but yeah. He's better than I think than Moises Caicedo. Or he can be. But this year, though, I don't know. He's falling off. Mm. Anyway, this is something that was brought to my attention that might provide a bit more clarity on everything, guys. Let's read this. United have continued to monitor Baleba. Adam Morton, it was put to me that he would be a realistic one. But the person who told me that was not inside Manchester United. I saw the Bruno Guimaraes story recently. I was up in Newcastle last week. I didn't hear anything there. So I suspect, but cannot prove, that it is more coming from his side regarding negotiating a new contract, you're going to get that. Disappointing, but I'm not here to give your hopes up, guys. I'm here to give you, what people are talking about, and for us to have a conversation. I still think, listen, are we going to get Adam Wharton? I hope so. I hope so. I just don't know. I'm going to do, my more research, try to understand what's going on, so I could start saying things more with my chest. At the moment, I ain't saying nothing with my chest yet. That's all I'm saying. Nothing with my chest yet. But it's already starting. And I did say, to be fair to all of us, we acknowledge the fact that we are not playing a game for a long time. So we are going to get we're going to get stuff like this. And I have said on this channel that I'm not a fan of talking about transfer news during the season. But as we have weeks and weeks, why not? Let's start talking. Why not, guys? You guys dictate. You guys also let me know what you guys want to talk about. That'll be a good show. Have a show where I come on, yeah, and it's like, cool. I know I like to just give you loads of news and loads of topics. I like to throw loads of talking points at you. I feel that's what I do. Just throw things. This person said this person said that, blah, 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 blah. But maybe switch it up and be like, what do you guys want to talk about today? What is the show today? And we can just pull up anything. So I know Acho could be like, let's talk about what Rashford said about da-da-da-da. We put it up, we research it, and then we just talk about it. And then Dara's like, okay, Chosen, let's talk about what happened here. And then we put it up, we talk about it. So we can switch it up, guys. We can switch it up. Yeah. So Anderson and Kobe Mainoo work as a partnership. I feel quite confident in saying that. I think Anderson can do the number 6 stuff, drop deep, collect the ball, ping it. Let's be honest, he can. I'm not saying he's Adam Wharton, but he can do it. And the way our football's going right now, unfortunately, I have to say, we don't do specialists no more, bro. I'm gonna read the rest of it, but I'm just thinking we don't do specialists no more. We want everyone to do everything, always, at all time, everywhere, every how. Bro, we need just give me a specialist winger who just wants to be a winger and just tear everyone apart. A specialist register, a specialist, just give me specialists. But Anderson, I like Anderson. We all like Anderson. I think Anderson can do the 6 stuff. Yep, read that. Ping the ball forward. He's very, very mobile. Baleba, I think, is a very, very good football player. But if your form is going down when you've been linked to Man United, how are you going to cope with the external pressures and all the other noise around Old Trafford when you are a Man United player? But I think Baleba and Mainoo make sense. I think the issue that some people are going to have is the fact that Anderson seems like he stands up tall when he plays for his football club. Like he's someone, it's best to buy if you bought the captain of every football team, you might win the league because you've bought 11 leaders. Literally, they're all that's what Man United had for like so long. 1999, it's 11 leaders. Rio, like Vidic, Gary Neville, like Evra, Scholes, Keane, Beckham. All these guys would be captains of any other team they were playing for. So, but Baleba, I don't know. Baleba is just one of many Brighton players. Whereas I feel like Anderson stands out for me at Nottingham Forest, and Adam Wharton to a certain extent stands out for me at Palace. But I don't know. Does Baleba stand out for you at Brighton, guys? That's just one way of looking at it. Just one question. I don't know. Yo, Monday. Dara is asking the difficult questions. First of all, Dara, is Liao for you? Just a quick question, Dara. A winger or a forward like a striker? Because for me, Liao's kind of striker for me, bro. Barcola, you know. Bro, I don't know, man. I like Diomande. I'm not. Mm, yeah, NDA. Yeah, there are. I'm glad there are some. I cuss ballers a lot, and I cuss the state of football. But every now and again, you get a little batch. The little batch of little young wingers. There's a little after like Yamin, after Lamine Yamal, and there's a little batch that are forming that are a bit. They're kind of nice, bro. They're kind of nice. I don't. I don't think we need Liao. Liao's a bit Rashfordy. It's out of. Yeah, the thing is, I can't be a hypocrite. Probably in DA and Diomande, maybe. Anyway, yeah, yeah. I mean, oh, listen. Either way, there's question marks now forming over Baleba, and clearly this article is trying to talk about his sort of strength in character, technically, to handle pressure and all of these things. So I don't know if you guys think it's fair or not. Um, but it goes on to talk about Adam Wharton, what sort of player he is, and how he can play with Kobe Mainu. He's a deep lying playmaker. That's what he is, Adam Wharton. Very good in a half turn, collecting the ball from the defense. That's his game. He's the Michael Carrick sort of footballer. But he needs. I think Wharton is best next to a Baleba type, next to, as Dara would call it, that sort of pitbull sort of type player. You need that. We need that type player, which means Kobe can't start if we play Wharton. It has to be a combative midfielder next to Adam Wharton. If we're going to continue playing the way we're playing with Bruno. So anyway, we can talk about these things all night long. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even intend to spend this long on Adam Wharton. This was literally supposed to be like a 2-minute segment, and we spent so long talking about Adam Wharton, bro. Flipping. Now, you know, I haven't even realized how long we were talking about this, bro. Some chat. You need to help me out sometime. Stay on track, you know. But at the same time, the chat want to talk about it. The chat want to talk about it. It's your show, bro. So it is what it is. It is what it is, baby. I hear what people want with Barcola and Diamande, but their lack of tech is too much for me. I hear you. I hear you, Atro. I know what kind of. I know you. I'm understanding. If they were fast and technical, hell yeah. But I'm not doing Garnacho 2.0 tech. No, listen, I hear you. Listen. I retract because I'm with you. I'm with you. Um, but I struggle with the practicality of it because you know when it's like, oh, you can't fight. I want to fight it, but if the prem is becoming so pacey, and you're gonna do the whole Man City 2020 just tech team with no PMP, then are you gonna win the league? As much as I prefer tech, you know that it's that whole if you can't beat them, join them situation. Like what I want to see is what I want to see, but man, the playing field has changed. Like, these guys are coming out with flipping. I've got a flipping bow and arrow. These guys are coming out with rockets. It's like, man, bow and arrows are the best. Bow and arrows are the most techy to make. But and it's not okay. The analogy is not working, but you get what I mean. It's that sort of conundrum. Should I change with the times so I can win? You know, that's for the conversation. I don't mind Kobe on the bench. I like him, but he doesn't need to play all the time. Also, yeah, that's a good point. Good point. We need to get used to having a squad. The new generation. One thing, what the hell, bro? What the hell, man? The new generation, I think, are not used to people just being on the bench for a few games. And the reason why I think that is because we're not winning. If we start winning and everyone's, if you play one game every 2 weeks and you share, let's say you rotate one game Kobe plays, one game Walton plays, and all these things. And if you're winning trophies, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares who's rotating. If we're playing in flipping 4 competitions as well, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, you're gonna get games. You have to. Because sometimes we'll be playing Wednesday, Sunday, then Wednesday, then Saturday, then Tuesday, then bro. So once those things start happening, and once we have a squad where I can take you off and bring on another man, and it doesn't dramatically decrease the quality of my team, i.e., I'm taking off Kobe Manu for Adam Wharton. Cool. Or I'm taking off Kobe Manu for Ugarte. Please don't do that. So once we get to that stage where we can just rotate guys, and people are not going to cry because they realize that the player is maybe not as good, but he offers a different quality, then I think we're in a good place. Yeah, doesn't need to play all the time. Also, not playing him consistently helps him going for longer. Yep. Burnout is a thing, guys. Shelf life is a thing, man. Your body's your body. Acho says, I need PMP with tech because at the end of the day, Champions League shows us that tech trumps all. I say that a lot. I say Acho when it comes to international football, when it comes to European football, club football, any sort of intercontinental football, England are showed up because the English league is a pace and power league, and tech usually wins. It usually finds a way to win. Queen rises to the crop. Even the Prem over the last decade, City has dominated due to tech, even though they have added PMP in defense. No, Acho sounds like me in a lot of ways. It's crazy. Big up Acho. Big up Acho. Speaking the gospel, in my opinion. I got nothing to add to what Acho just said there in the chat, people. In the chat, people. Respect Acho. Respect Dara in the building. Osman, big up Osman. I hope you're doing well, man. It's good to see you again. Even though I'm not seeing you, but you know what I mean. It's good to have you in the chat talking ball. Oz, pick up yourself. Hope you're doing well, my guy. I think Arsenal are going to win the league, by the way, Oz. So enjoy it. If you don't enjoy anything else, Oz, just enjoy. I'm still going to be bitter, bro. I'm going to be bitter when Arsenal win the league. I'm just going to be straight up with you lot. I'm going to be so real with you lot. I'm going to be bitter and I'm going to hate. I am. I'm going to be real because that's who I am. And I'm going to, but if they win, despite how they win, they're going to win it. And that's it. So I still hope they don't win it. And like I said, but I hope they do win it for one person and one person only. But anyway, people, big up. It was a fun show. As always, always good to be here with the community, with the people, with the chat. Big up everybody, man, who's watching it on repeat. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe if you're new. It's a good community. It's a good place to have good, insightful, sometimes very deep football conversations, sometimes about the most trivial things and sometimes about big things. We all come here and we can all express ourselves, and I'll always engage with the chat as much as possible. So big up the chat. Acho, listen, Acho has to be the MVP today. Acho has been a bad man today. Acho, I know you think the title race is still on, bro. I don't want to go down your path, Acho, of that hope, because it kills you. So you could take your positivity that the title race is still on. You can go over there because I don't want to get. I don't want it. So I'm gonna be pessimistic and be like, Arsenal have won. Imagine I'm pessimistic that Arsenal have won and that is done. And let me just come to that fact, bro. Let me come to that realization. Let me just come to that Arsenal have won the league, so I can just get used to it and get it out of my system, so I'm not as bitter. Yeah, so I'm not as bitter when they do win it. It's all psychological. I'm prepping myself for the inevitable. Anyway, big up the chat. Let's say F you to the Arsenal. F you to the Arsenal. Big up the chat. Dara, Atro, Oz, TK as well, who jumped in before. On your journey home. Big up T Kizzles, my guy. Eddie, Luke as well. Luke jumped in early as well. Big up Luke. Big up everybody. So that's it. Let's just go quickly through the main, bring some order. Bring some order to the show before we leave. The main topics under discussion today, of course, was the fact that, we didn't speak about Ayden Heaven. Ayden Heaven trained with the senior teams after being called up for the under 21 team as well. So that's just news that we didn't speak about as well today. So yeah, so we spoke about Man United, of course, going to Dublin for an intensive training camp, and we agreed that it was good. We agreed that we should still be in a football mentality. We got 3 weeks without playing football, and it's easy to lose the intensity. It's easy to lose focus in those 3 weeks. So we spoke about that, guys. I can't find it. We also spoke about Michael Carrick's rivals for the Man United job, and we spoke about these two. Can we get them? Maybe. I have my doubts, guys. But we spoke about their qualities. Not everyone was impressed with the Julian Nagelsmann, but I think everyone agreed that, listen, if Luis Enrique is available, you go and get him. So some it's also some positive PR for Michael Carrick. I think this tweet tried to also position him as one of the best managers already in the league. So we had a conversation about the potential successors for the Carrick job. Had a conversation about Casemiro and his contract situation. We spoke about Barcelona potentially not wanting to buy Marcus Rashford, or do they, or are they haggling? Who knows? So we spoke about that as well. Berbatov spoke about Sesko, weighed in about how he thinks he can improve and what he's doing right now for Manchester United, and he spoke really, really positively about Benjamin Sesko. So very, very good there. We also spoke about Adam Wharton. Could he come to Manchester United? There's a tweet that says that he is a realistic option, but I think only time will tell. Surely we are going to get more news, more concrete news about Adam Wharton as the weeks go on, and then we will see. We will see. But I want Adam Wharton. I like Adam Wharton. And if we get him, I think he makes us a better team. Simple as that. We spoke about Ayden Heaven training with the England squad, and that's how we ended. But there's one last thing, guys. I'm going to end on this. Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Let's quickly end on this one. Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I'm going to read it out for you guys, and you go just tell me your opinion before you leave, guys. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is relocating around 1,100 long-standing Manchester United season ticket holders from the Sir Bobby Charlton stand at Old Trafford to create a new premium hospitality section, kicking out the poor people, essentially. To think about what this is. Kick out you poor people so I can bring in more rich people, so I can get more money. It's really that simple. It's not nothing else that's happening here. The luxury areas will offer 3-course meals. Why? For 90 minutes? Why are you having? I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that. Anyway, let's read on, guys, because it's very interesting to me. The luxury areas will offer 3-course meals at Gordon Ramsay's Lucky Cat restaurant. Champagne and other high-end perks for corporate clients at £315 to £425 per head. Around 600 fans have already been moved, with the rest expected next season. Displaced supporters are being offered alternative seats, often breaking up family groups. This sounds like, and I chuckle because it's not life or death. That's why I'm chuckling, because at the end of the day, but the way that it says often breaking up families and stuff, it made it sound like some sort of, can I say it on YouTube, refugee crisis? I guess so. But it is what it is. But it's not that. But the way it's written, I was thinking, come on, guys. And let's read on. The decision has angered loyal fans, including 76-year-old, we're going deep now, including 76-year-old Tony Riley, whose family has held the same engraved seat since 1949. Many feel turfed out in favour of the prawn sandwich brigade, while season ticket prices are still rising 5% with no discounts anywhere elsewhere, should I say. So there you have it, guys. In summary, said Jim, of course, wants more money. That's the point of getting Manchester United. That's the point of buying Manchester United. He bought Manchester United to make money out of Manchester United. So, in order to get more money out of Manchester United, he has decided to remove some of these fans, and bring in people who want to pay a lot more. So he gets more money in. Where they're going to get moved to, clearly he has a plan. So there is space. As for me, as long as there's space, that's the main thing. But why should you move? If you bought your ticket, yeah. If you bought your ticket and this is your position, this is your spot, and now you're being told you can't sit there, I don't know. But at the end of the day, guys, if you own this thing, you can do what you want. This is what we signed up for. Wrongfully or rightly or wrongly. I don't like it. It's the unfortunate reality. So many Man United fans do not like Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I can probably say most United fans don't like him. What does it matter? He owns the club. He doesn't care if you like him or not. It mattered before. It doesn't matter now. £425, bro. Like, a football match is an hour and 45 minutes long. Yeah? An hour and a half in real minutes, an hour 45 if you include the 15-minute break. Why am I going there and ordering a 3-course meal, bro? Where am I? So I get it, because at the end of the day, it does say hospitality and corporate. But isn't there enough corporate boxes? Why does he need so much more? More elite people coming to watch football. So more elite people can make more money. And do more business. Listen, at the end of the day, all he needs to do is increase the size of the stadium, build a new one, let's say 100,000 seater. He can make more money by just having more people. So you don't need to increase the price of the ticket when you've increased the numbers. there's two ways of making money, right? You can you can have the same, well, more than one way, more than three ways. But you know what I'm trying to say. You can increase the price of something and the demand stays the same and still 100 people buy it and you get more money. Or you can hold the price and 200 people buy it, you get more money. So I just hope we increase the size of our pitch when we build our new stadium, but we just don't fully take the piss out of the fans. That's what I hope. But it is what it is. Atro says, to me, this sounds like Jim is trying to go band with Spurs in the toilet bowl. But on a real, this was inevitable. There's too much money in football now. People with greed want a slice. There you go. Atro the speaking now. Atro speaking. Let's listen. I don't know, bro. Sorry to the people, but what did people expect when Ineos were coming through? Spot on. Jim saw this ownership as a money grab, not as a custodian. Yeah. People, when would people learn, actual? When would people learn people? Like, billionaires are not your friends, bro. They're not your friends. They think differently to you. They think about how can I get this person to, how can I get, how can, that's a crazy way to keep thinking constantly, to framing everything as some sort of game of leverage and winding up and upmanship and stuff. That's tiring, bro. These guys are crackers, bro. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Big up the chat. Smash your bumper clock like. Subscribe if you are new. Turn on your rascal notifications. We now have 617 subscribers. Well done, you guys. Well done, chat. Well done, everybody, for keeping this channel going, for coming in, tuning in, Atro and everybody, Dara. Just having conversations, bro. Thank you for coming in and having conversations about football and just chatting ball. And making this a nice experience for everybody, bro. T-Kizzles, everybody. Nice little community. Luke, big up yourselves. Big up yourselves, everybody. Big up your damn self. Yo, anyway, we will be back on Friday. And we're going to have a nice fun. So big up yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, wherever you are in this world. Take care and good night. It's like some TV show. Take care and good night. Goodbye.